Hey everybody, I'm Halley Gray from Evolve and Succeed, and welcome to Braless on Couch Show. All right, cool. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to engineer an amazing client experience and why the fuck that matters, because it really, really does when it comes to having clients on repeat and making sure that your business lasts a lot longer than 6 months. So super important and something that a lot of people do not think about. And honestly, when it comes to marketing a businesses and its services, you can't market a crappy product. I mean, you can totally sell people something that's shitty and pretend like it's awesome. But when it comes to your services, that's not going to work for you. And you shouldn't do that anyways. It's a shitty thing to do. And honestly, it'll just end up creating a souffle business, which means that it'll pop up and then it'll collapse the fuck down. Okay. So what happens is that you want to make sure that when it comes to your online business, the way to have the most growth, the most profit, being able to charge more and more money each time that you have a client or you work with a new client is to have an awesome client experience, because people remember feelings first and then the results you got them. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today in today's Braless on Couch. And I first want to tell you about this awesome new thing that we're doing that I am super, super excited about, because you guys are hearing about it for basically the first time. And it is going to be happening very soon. It is called our new challenge, which is the Screw Feelings, Get Clients Challenge. I am very excited for you guys to join us on this. This is going to be awesome. The challenges we've run previously have been so popular and people have loved them. And it's the same thing that we're doing with this one. So join our new 5-day challenge. It'll be starting soon. And the Screw Feelings, Get Clients Challenge is something that you are going to love, especially if you enjoy what I do already. It is really, really important that when you are working for yourself, that you do not get mired down in feelings and you stay focused on data and you stay focused on your clients, because that'll get you more clients, okay? And so when it comes to creating an amazing client experience, that is a crucial part of it. And that is why we talk about it so much in Be Booked Out, and why we have a whole module devoted to it, just so that you can make sure you have people happy inside of your business. So I've met a lot of contractors and a lot of designers, VAs, freelancers, coaches who are like, Halley, why do I have to do that? I'm really fucking talented at what I do. I agree, my friend. I agree, my very cocky friend. But the whole point of this is that even if you are the best of the best, people want to enjoy and like working with you, because they want to feel like they're having a good time. And even if you're super serious, or if you're super funny, or if you're someone who is, really creative and likes to talk a lot, or a really great listener, it doesn't matter who you are as a person. What matters is that the client experience is fucking amazing and on point. That is the crucial part. And what that looks like for a lot of people is very similar, and you can engineer it. It's not something that happens just by accident or mistake. It is actually a structure that you put into place and that you make sure that you have, so that your clients always have a better and better experience. It is not something that you just set once and then forget about, even though a lot of it will be automatic. What it actually is that you're developing better and better clients by having better and client experiences. So it works not only to create happier clients and to get clients back again, which increases your profit, but it also allows you to have easier workloads, because happy clients and clients who enjoy working with you are going to work with you again, and they're going to stay with you, and they're going to recommend you, and your life just becomes a whole bunch easier. Okay. So let's talk about first where people get this wrong. So again, the first thing that people remember when they work with you is the feelings that you made them feel. I know, not my favorite either. And then the second thing is the results that you got them. Okay. So people literally, because our brains are super illogical, will remember how you made them feel over the results you got them. So even if you helped me get a 7-figure launch, even if you've helped me like lose 50 pounds, even if you've gotten some, I've had 1,000 dates in a week, clearly that would be a hard thing to do. But the whole point is that you might have given me the most amazing, biggest, best results ever. But if you were a dick and it was hard to work with you, I am not going to recommend you. Okay. I'm not going to refer you. I'm not going to want to work with you again. And this is something that's happened to me when I've hired people. Is like, you're super fucking talented, but there's no way I'm going to recommend you to anybody. And there's no way I'm going to work with you again, because you're hard to work with. Okay. And that's something that you can fix. And a lot of people don't take the responsibility of why the client relationships don't work, and instead blame the client, which I get. It feels easier to just be like, yeah, that person's crazy, I'm not working with them again. But if this is something that's happening over and over again, it is on you. It is your responsibility to make sure that this gets taken care of. And this is, again, something that helps you market yourself better, because if people love working with you, they're going to talk about it. And you want people to talk about how awesome you are. And you can make that happen without having to use witchcraft or voodoo to actually do that. You can actually set a service or a process in place to support it. So here are some things that you are probably not thinking about right now that are super crucial to start thinking about now and putting into place for your client experience. First off, What are the steps that you need your clients to complete to get them prepared to be your client? So these are things like questionnaires. These are things like making sure that you're getting paid first. These are things like contracts. You need to make sure that these steps are taken care of, and this is a first part of your client experience, and you need to make sure they get done so that you don't have to keep going back to them and hitting them up about it. When I was first getting booked out, I had a shit of a time because what happened is I had 10 people wanting to work with me, and I was doing everything manually, and the client intake experience was not good, okay? It was not VIP. It didn't make people feel special. It didn't make people feel like I had my shit together. And even though they still wanted to work with me, it was not a great feeling on either side. So what you want to do is automate that, okay? You can use something like Satori. You can use something like Dubsado. You can use something like 17 Hats. You can even use something like Pancake app, which allows you to put a lot of your stuff, if you're a designer, into your own special little portal for your clients. There's a lot of cool technology out there that you can use that means that you can take that initial like intake part off your plate, and you can automate it, and you just put their email in and you just send it out, and some sweet little robot butler will take care of it for you. If you like robot butlers, heart my face, because I fucking love them. So the whole thing there is that it's super, super important that you automate that process so that your client can kind of just take the lead, or you can take the lead with your automations. They can sit back and just do what you're telling them to do. It also means that you don't have to spend so much time getting somebody new in. And so that initial period of getting people in is going to be smaller, which means you can have more clients, which means you can make more money just by sweet, sweet logic. That's just that you're going to make more money by having this set up. The second thing that most people don't think about, especially before they come in to be booked out, after they're totally sorted, but basically is, what are people struggling with right now when it comes to working with you? As a designer, as a coach, as a virtual assistant, you know what the fuck's going on. As a project manager, as a copywriter, as an accountant, as a marketer, you know what's going on when it comes to working with a marketer, because you work with a marketer every day, or you work with a copywriter every day, because you work with yourself every day. But your clients have no idea how you work and what they should be doing next. And that makes them feel anxious, and that makes them feel angsty, and that's something that you need to take care of. So if your clients are always asking you like, hey, I don't know what date you need my copy by, or I don't know how much copy you need, which is something that designers complain about all the time. They're like, my clients never get me copy on time. Okay, well, how can you help them instead of complaining about that? Because if that's something that your clients have happening to you over and over and over again, that's on you to fix, not on them. You need to make sure that you have a way for them to know how to, do the thing that you need them to do by giving them the basis, like just a bare necessities, okay? So for like a designer, I'd be like, okay, well, how many paragraphs do your about pages usually need? Because then you can just tell the client, like, here's how many paragraphs I need. Here's usually what people put in the first paragraph, the second paragraph, the third paragraph, the fourth paragraph. And if they want to go off that, and if they want to be like, no, you know what, that's a cool structure, but I want to do something else, awesome. But at least you've given them the structure they need to work off of so that they can start to move forward because they have your help and they have a structure in place to work off of. People can't work off of something that they don't know anything about, okay? So it's like they don't have any data. How are they supposed to come to a conclusion? How are they supposed to replicate the method? So you need to make sure that you are always updating this process and supporting your clients when it comes to lack of information, because A, it makes them happier clients because they know what to do, and B, it makes sure that there's no scope creep. So you're not going over the time you need to do to complete what you're doing, being a coaching package, being at a website, being, working on their ConvertKit or helping them set up ClickFunnels. You actually get everything done on time with happy clients because you've set up a process that supports them in moving forward with you, okay? So think about where people are falling down and think about how you could help them by either adding in like an email series or adding in like a sweet little video tutorial so that they can get it done on their own without having to worry about it, okay? Because that is something that people want to do. People want to be good clients. They want to be the best client you've ever had, okay? Really, everybody does. If you're marketing yourself right, everyone's like, I want to really impress her, or I really want to make sure that we have a great time together because she seems cool. And so they really are trying as hard as possible, and they really want to do well because no one's like, I want to be a really shitty client, and I really want to make this hard for everyone. Said no client ever. So you need to make sure you're supporting them by giving them step-by-step instructions of like, this is what it looks like to be a good client. The other thing as well is that a lot of people don't give that little extra touch, okay? A lot of people are like, I'm going to underpromise and overdeliver. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. What you want to do is give a reasonable promise and be like, I'm going to design your website, and then give them some special presents, okay? Go an extra step or two so that they're like, wow, that was really awesome and unexpected. One of the ways you can do that is if you're a coach, when they're filling out the intake questionnaire, send them a Starbucks gift card, okay? And be like, hey, I know that you're going to fill out this questionnaire. It's about 5 to 10 minutes. Drink a coffee, take your time, enjoy it. It's a good time for you to brain dump. And I just want to make sure that you take the time and give it its your full attention. So here's some caffeine to get through it. People love those extra little touches that a lot of people don't put into their services. A lot of people don't take the time to do that. Sending postcards is a great thing to do. People love that shit. It's amazing. Nobody sends postcards nowadays. So those physical touches, those little extra things in your experience and your process of bringing people in is going to wow them, and they are going to be over the moon, okay? So when you go the extra step with your client experience and make sure that they know what they're supposed to be doing, that they get results, and that they make sure you have a little bit of, wow factor, or a little bit of an oomph there that makes them feel special and look like taken care of, then you're going to have a client experience that people want to be a part of and do again and again and again. And so that's when you start to see a real big improvement and a real massive return on your investment, because that $5 Starbucks card might have just gotten you 2 extra clients because they raved about it to their friends. And they're like, she is so on top of her shit. This is awesome. So I want you guys to start thinking about that and think about how you can improve your client experience, because it really does pay off in the long run. It makes your life easier. It makes their life easier. You guys all have a good time, and you get better results on both sides so that everybody can succeed. And that's what I want for you. I want everybody to succeed, because that's going to make your life easier, and that's going to make sure that you have an awesome business. So what I want you to do now is go and join our Screw Feelings, Get Clients. It's our new 5-day challenge. I'm so excited about this. The link is in the description. It's going to be amazing. As you know, there will be swearing, but it is going to be a good time. I'm going to make sure that you're going to have the best time when it comes to this 5-day challenge. It is not like most things. It's full of gifts. So make sure that when it comes to your business that you have this challenge on your side, because I really, really, really want to see you guys succeed, okay? So the link to sign up is in the description. Go to the Screw Feelings, Get Clients 5-day challenge, sign up. And I'm Halley Gray from Evolve and Succeed, and this has been Braless on Couch. Thanks for